page, the Food Rap Radio Show. So,
Yes, make sure you're following us on all of our social networks. I mean, we have some really interesting stuff to say. We have some interesting stuff to share. So check us out. Check us out.
all right.
And
Is it time for a break yet?
I believe it is time for a break.
All right,
Shauna,
everyone.
we will be right
We'll be right back.
You want to know the truth, folks? Do you really want to know the truth? Well, perhaps you can't handle the truth. But if you can listen to GoPro Radio. Tune in at www.goproradio.com. Now, have I made myself clear?
GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head. I know I do.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Welcome back. I'm Nina and this is Shauna, and we're the hosts of Food Rap on the GoPro Radio Network.
Where talk never tasted so good.
That's right. If you want to support Food Rap on the GoPro Radio Network, you can sponsor us by hitting the donate button on our website, www.goproradio.com. We would appreciate anything that you can donate to help us share this really interesting information with you. This is sponsorship radio. We are sponsored by our viewers, and we would appreciate any donations that you can make, $10, $20, whatever you can. I'm really appreciative of my friends who actually contributed to the fundraiser yesterday, but you can continue to contribute to GoProRadio.com if you want to help support GoPro Radio. So
that's right. Every little bit helps.
Not food fight. Okay, so we did switch the segments up, but let's see. Food fight. You want to explain what that is?
Yes, absolutely. Food fight is all about, we just talked about the internet and how much information is out there. And, Nina and I, we go on the internet, we do a lot of research and find out, what kind of food is in the news. So, Nina, what do you have for us today?
Well, I decided to switch it up, and I decided to, and this was actually in the news a few years ago. And what it is, I'm making a comparison between, or it's not myself, but this is an article written by Paul Fassa of the Natural Society. And what he does is he compares butter and margarine.
Okay.
And I am not a fan of margarine. I grew up in a household that had margarine, but I prefer the taste of butter. But when I found this a few years ago, I thought it was really interesting. So anyway, this is an article by Paul Fassa, and I'm going to be posting this on our Facebook page.
Okay.
Is butter bad for you? The food processing industry has used advertising campaigns to successfully lie about the urgent and proven need to replace unhealthy butter with healthy margarine. But now we know that this teaching has nothing more than made up in the battle of margarine versus butter. You may now be surprised which comes out on top. Now, from the 1960s and 70s, sufficient scientific evidence indicated that butter was far better than margarine for good health. Now, the thing is, I actually saw an experiment on YouTube, I want to say a couple of years back, and somebody actually went into their yard and they put a bowl full of butter and they put a bowl full of margarine in different bowls. And what ended up happening was a few animals, including insects like ants, went up to the butter and they completely ignored the margarine. So that's really indicative of there being a problem with the butter.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I thought it was really interesting when I found this article. Anyway, margarine is made with partially hydrogenated fatty acids and damages arteries and blood vessels. They lower good cholesterol and raise blood levels of triglycerides and lipoproteins, leading to cardiovascular damage. They also raise C-reactive protein, an inflammatory and cellular dysfunction. Worse yet, they inhibit the utilization of essential omega-3 fatty acids as well as prostaglandins, which eliminate blood clots. Additionally, a diet high in partially hydrogenated fatty acids have been linked to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. So, I thought it was really interesting that, the food industry, at least people who make margarine, are constantly pushing the margarine and saying, this is better for
healthier.
you, it's
Yeah.
healthier, it helps to lower your cholesterol, where in fact it actually does the complete opposite. You know?
Absolutely. I mean, when I was eating butter, you know what I mean? I had learned, I think, early on that if you even look at the ingredients, there are a bazillion ingredients in margarine.
Yes.
And then when you look at butter, there's like 3 ingredients.
Yeah.
And so I think that, you know, it just says that, you know, we need to pay attention to the labels for sure. I mean, the whole purpose of us doing Chop It Up is because a lot of times just picking up, it's just a way, you know, we grew up and that's what we had. You have the country, you know, whatever. The tub of margarine.
It's very processed food, and I try to stay away from food that is too highly processed.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
apparently margarine is one of those things. So I would suggest to our listeners, you know, that you do a little bit more research yourself to find out. I'm actually going to be posting this information as well. I think it's really interesting, and we're coming up to our next segment.
That's
in a couple of minutes.
Yes, the fun segment.
I want to give out the number so people can call in 646-929-1521. That's 646-929-1521 if you want to join the conversation or have an opinion about this or anything that we're talking about.
Absolutely. Please call us.
Strange but food.
So strange but food.
Yes.
So this is one of my favorite segments. And what Strange but Food is, Shauna and I search the globe, and including the United States, and we find really strange and unusual food to talk about. So I'm really curious to know. Actually, I know what you're going to talk about, Shauna.
Yeah.
Let me just.
Well, it's in the same family of what you're going to talk.
Yeah, because I told you what I was choosing first, but you can go first.
All right. So the latest trend in the Chinese kitchen, where anything edible becomes fair game. This dish is something out of a horror movie, setting apart the disgusting idea and considering only the presentation of this phallic gourmet dish. One's stomach may turn upside down at the sight of something purple hanging in a Chinese meat store or presented on a lettuce platter at dinner. It's served boiled or fried in oil and simply dried and sliced.
What is this dish?
Thin, like salami.
But what is it?
So what is it? It's donkey penis.
Donkey penis.
Which I never would think would be edible. I just don't understand. People will eat anything.
Some people eat anything off of.
I don't get it.
Anything and everything off of an animal's body, and in certain countries they don't want certain things to go to waste. So
nothing goes to waste.
Everything.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess that comes just out of from people not having much. You know what I mean? And it's just like we can't afford to waste anything, or else we'll starve to death. But
I don't know if it has anything to do with starving to death. They just don't want to waste the animal. I mean, they took the life, so they may as well use every single thing up and eat everything.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we have choices, so we can be picky, picky eaters. What is your strange?
Interestingly enough, you talked about the frank. I'm talking about the beans. I'm talking about the beans. And my strange but food is called criadillas.
That sounds interesting.
They are actually bull testicles.
Lord have mercy. What's
precisely? As everyone knows from the dawn of times, eating manly parts of a slain animal is considered a source of virility. I assume that's the same thing with the penis. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so.
Still consuming such a dish takes a bit of the chart to taste for adventure. Bull fries or bull testicles are being cooked traditionally in many countries. The recipe of the dish is simple and very interesting to execute. It is considered a delicatessen, and I actually, believe it or not, have a picture of what it looks like. And I'm going to show, I don't know if it's a good enough picture. It looks like meatballs.
It looks like...
They look meatballs.
Delicious.
Doesn't it look delicious?
It does.
And I've heard that they're creamy. Quite creamy. What do you think?
I wonder what that cream is on the inside.
I think I know what the cream is on the inside, but I'm not going to go further into that.
Yes, let's keep it. This is not the sexy party show.
It's not.
Oh my God. Okay. So we have some. We talked about beans earlier in the segment, and then we talked about beans and Franks in
Franks
this
and
segment.
beans.
Hilarious. I just want to remind everybody to please call in. Maybe you have a strange food that you want to share with us.
Do we have a caller?
I don't think so. No, we don't have a call. So, but our audience may have encountered some strange foods that they want to share with us, So give us a call, 646-929-1521. I also want to remind everybody who our sponsors are for today.
Yes.
We talked about GP's Restaurant and Bar. So I also want to talk about Bean Fields, which is a family-owned company. They have a great chip called beans and rice chips. I know that sounds like a strange food, but it's actually quite delicious.
Beans again.
I know. I think we have a theme going today. Beans, gas. I don't know.
Beans and gas.
It's gluten-free, vegan, and it has an award-winning taste. Also corn-free. So, you
can eat them, Shauna.
I can eat them. That's why I'm so excited. I talk to everybody about these things because they're so delicious. Some of the flavors are pico de gallo, sea salt, salt and pepper, and nacho. And they're very crunchy. They have like a great texture, great flavor. And I have to say that I definitely prefer them over Doritos because we already know that, those are not good for you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So some people would disagree, like our engineer, maybe. I don't know.
Possibly. That chicken over there is smelling quite good.
I know it's time for our specialty dish, and we're getting hungry up in here.
Well, I'm getting hungry. I know you're not having any chicken.
Well, I'm gonna be eating after the show.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you
I got my
eating?
own little specialty dish.
Oh, okay.
But I had to cook for you this week, so
I know.
So
we're switching it up this week, though.
Switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, but who provides? So,
Oh yeah, baby, it's time for that specialty dish.
yeah, baby, it's time for that specialty dish. Cause Nina's so hungry, she can't wait.
I'm actually not hungry.
You're not? Oh, it just smells good.
It just smells good.
Oh, okay. So, our specialty dish this week. We had a great event yesterday.
That's right.
And All-Star Flow Case. We had some phenomenal performances.
Awesome.
And we also had, and I'm making a mess, and we had food provided by our sponsor, GP's Restaurant and Bar in Hamilton Park.
Yep.
And one of the dishes, I didn't cook it, but one of the dishes that he provided for us was a chicken and sausage dish, and it had these really great hot peppers on it.
And they're called pepperoncini.
And everyone raved about this food. So Nina, why don't you taste it, describe to our listeners?
I will be very happy to take a second taste of this dish because it was awesome.
All right.
It was awesome. So I'm going to have a piece of chicken.
I need a napkin.
We do need a napkin here.
Yeah, can we get a napkin? I have juice all up from that chicken all over the place.
Okay, let me...
So
I don't want to put the fork back in because I put my mouth on the fork.
Here, put it. Okay, we'll get a napkin. We'll get a napkin. So anyway, can you describe to the listeners what it is? How does it taste?
I will. First of all, it is the second day. It has a nice texture to it. Thank you, my dear. It has a nice texture to it. The pepperoncini gave it some nice heat. It's pretty spicy. It is not dry. It's pretty juicy. Even on the second day, it's pretty juicy. There's some gravy in here. I mean, look at this dish. How amazing does that look?
It smells amazing.
And it tastes amazing.
And they also had, he had meat lasagna.
Well, we had meat lasagna.
Yeah.
Baked ziti.
We had Greek salad.
A huge Greek salad.
Which looked delicious. Everything looked really good. The people could not stop talking about the food.
Yeah, we got some amazing feedback from the people who came to the event. It was awesome.
Yeah.
People loved it. People came back for seconds, thirds.
Yes. There was not much left. I mean, I have to just give a huge shout out to George from GP's restaurant and bar in Hamilton Park, because he provided us with so much food.
Yes.
So the presentation was beautiful. Everybody was so, you always know how, food always makes people happy. There's always good time with food,
especially free food
there. Exactly. I want to remind people, if you guys want to check out GP's restaurant and bar, they're located in Hamilton Park in Jersey City, but just go to their website, gpsrestaurant.com. Also, we're going to have our guests coming up in the next segment after our break. So give us a call, tune in. We're going to be talking about how to have, great food on a budget. And we want you to join the conversation, 646-929-1521. We'll be back after this break.
Hi, I'm Nina Marcal. I'll be bringing up your purchase today. My associate Shauna Glover will bag your items.
Hey there.
Hey, nice to meet both of you. Let's see. Pork rinds, grape soda, genetically modified strawberries.
Yeah.
No me gusta.
Oh.
Okay, I don't want to offend you or anything, but none of this stuff is good for you.
It can't be that bad.
You're practically digging your grave with your teeth.
Yikes.
But don't worry, there are healthier choices that are just as delicious. You can try some dried kale instead of potato chips.
Or even actual grape juice in the place of the purple liquid cavities.
Right.
Also organic fruit instead of the GMOs.
You guys have some good ideas, but how do you know so much about good eating?
Shauna and I host the brand new talk show Food Wrap every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the GoPro Radio Network.
Yeah, it's the brand new radio show that's all about good eating. Nina and I will take you on a delicious journey through the latest trends and traditions and alternative eating from the everyday person's perspective.
Wait a minute, I heard about that show. Food Wrap on the GoPro Radio Network, right?
Yep, it's the perfect weekly digest for anyone looking to beef up on food facts and share their own discoveries.
All right, that's it. I'm putting all this junk back and I'm making better choices. And the first choice I'm making is to tune into Food Wrap every week from now on.
That's every Saturday at 3 p.m. on the GoPro Radio Network.
At www.goproradio.com.
Where talk never tasted so good.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Hey everybody, welcome back.
I'm Nina and this is Shauna, and we're joined by our special guest, Nikki Gerena, my wonderful and amazing and awesome sister.
Welcome, Nikki.
Welcome. You are on Food Wrap on the GoPro Radio Network. I'm going to give a little bit of history about you, but basically what we're talking about today is great eats on the cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And Nikki is a stay-at-home mom. She has 3 girls and 1 boy, and I already know this, obviously. Born to a Dominican mother who is so awesome as well, who was adventurous in the kitchen, and being raised in New York, her love for food and international fare didn't end when she started her family. She enjoys cooking and feeding her family delicious meals that don't break the bank. When she isn't chasing toddlers or in the kitchen, Nikki enjoys reading, relaxing while listening to music or crocheting. So, Nikki, let me ask you a question. How do you manage to eat great food in this really rough economy? Everything is so expensive now. How do you do it?
Well, I have a few things that, I always keep in mind when I'm going to the supermarket to shop. The first thing that I do, and it's probably what saves me the most money, is I freeze a lot.
Okay.
There are lots of things that you can freeze. Cheese, milk. Milk at the local supermarket that I go to, every week there's a milk on sale. So when the milk that we like to drink, which is either 1 or 2, is on sale, we'll buy enough gallons to last us until the milk will be on sale again. So rather than paying $4 for a gallon of milk, we're paying $2.29, $1.99, $2.19. So right there, that's half off on our milk.
Wow.
Cheese, which we eat a lot of in my house, mozzarella. We make pizza. That's like our go-to. My family loves pizza. When it goes on sale, $1.88 a pound. I look for a coupon that takes $1 off. I'm getting a pound of mozzarella for 88 cents.
Wow.
I will buy out the shelf of mozzarella. And I always have cheese and I freeze it. So it never goes bad. And the shelf life, and it takes a long time to expire, but I freeze it anyway. So I always have it.
Wow.
I cook a lot of fresh. I really don't like boxed food, packaged, canned. Like you were saying before, too much sodium.
Yes.
I don't like it. It's not healthy. So we prepare a lot of fresh food. The spices that we use, I try to use fresh onions, garlic, peppers. I try to get everything fresh. But freezing meat, we freeze a lot of meat in the house. And I don't really I have a budget that I kind of try to stick to. But if I go to the store tomorrow and I find, I don't know what, we use a lot of chicken breasts on sale for $1.99, I'm going to buy a ton of chicken breasts. I'm going to wrap it up individually in little bags, throw it in the freezer. Whenever I want chicken, it's there.
Okay.
That's
So
great.
I'm not spending $5.49 a pound on chicken breasts. Not going to happen.
It's crazy. So, I know you mentioned coupons.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so much, we're not back in the day, the coupons used to come in the Sunday paper and things like that. And now they have the coupons online. What are your resources for coupons?
Well, when I first started couponing, I would go out on Sundays really early,
Mm-hmm.
my hair a mess, whatever I was doing the night before, and run to the store and buy out their papers.
Okay.
Are you serious?
Yeah. 100%.
Wow.
The thing is that I noticed a lot of the coupons in the paper. I mean, I was buying the paper, and you really do save a lot of money, but there were a lot of coupons that I wasn't using.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to several websites. I really don't do the matching on my own because I have 4 kids. I really don't have time for that.
Yeah.
There are several websites that they will match up your coupons to the current sales.
Oh, okay.
So if you find one of these bloggers that lives in your area,
Mm-hmm.
they do all the matching for you. It's really no work. So they'll post a link with the promotion at the store, the date that the coupon expires. I go, I print it, take it to the store. You have to know your store's policy because I cannot tell you the amount of times I've gone into a store and they say, we don't take that coupon. Well, why not? Because it's missing the color dot. My printer prints in black and white, So don't tell me. I know your store's policy. Get me a manager.
I've actually seen your little binder. Your little binder that you have for all of the store policies, which I think is great.
I do. And I pulled it out. I've been to Walmart, and they tell me, you cannot use that coupon. We're not going to take it. That coupon is $5, and the item is $4.17. I said, you know what? Here's your policy. This comes from your corporate. This says this. I didn't make this up. I didn't print this. This is you. So you're going to call a manager.
So you have to be informed. Basically, it's
course.
you just can't go in there. Because a lot of times they'll tell you anything. They want to kind of detract people from getting that discount. But
They
you
can't
have
get
to.
rid of me.
That's true.
I don't turn red. I don't get
true.
embarrassed.
That's
and I
true.
tell the people behind me, you know what? This is going to take a while, so you should go to the next checkout. I might be here a while.
This is true.
Well, no, I mean that's how you have to be though. It's if you want to get it, if you want, it's they don't want to give you that discount, and you got to be willing to be informed and fight for the. I mean, you shouldn't have to fight for the discount, but
Well, the problem is that there are lots of scams going out there. People they photocopy coupons.
Oh, really?
To try to it's ridiculous. It's like black market.
I know they have a whole show now dedicated to couponing, which I just don't. I didn't even know it was a thing. Couponing, I guess, is a thing. People are obsessed with it.
I used to be. I'm not
You
gonna
used
lie.
to be. You're not so obsessed
I'm not
anymore.
gonna lie. I'm like $15 a week on food through the use of coupons.
That's great.
Well, the thing is, and this is something that I didn't know before I started couponing, is that you have, let's say 4 companies that own the entire supermarket.
Wow.
And they're trying to feed you their junk.
Right. Yeah.
So I've gotten away from that. That's another reason I'm not buying the paper anymore, because between General Mills and Kraft and 2 other companies, I just don't want it in my house. I don't want it. I don't want to give it to my kids. I don't want to eat it. Sometimes I miss the Coca-Cola, but you know what? Can't do it.
We know what the results of drinking that kind of stuff is, unfortunately. So do we want to we're getting ready to go to a break, so we're going to talk to Nikki more. I want to encourage people to give us a call and ask her questions. Obviously she has a lot of really great information. 646-929-1521. Oh, okay. Well, sorry, we're not going to a break right now. So, Nina, go ahead. It's the day after an event. I just want to put that out there. I'm still waking up. It was a long day yesterday.
Excuse me, I was at the event too.
I know.
I'm wide awake.
Well, okay. Well, I'm just saying
I don't wanna
me.
hear it.
I'm speaking for myself.
I don't wanna hear it.
All right. Go ahead, Nina.
Let me ask you this: what do you have any challenges now, with having the baby? You know what I mean? Because now it's he's eating differently. He's not eating solid food yet, or is he? Is he?
What?
Are you serious?
That boy eats rice and
How
beans.
old? How old?
Are you
He's
serious?
8 months old.
Wow.
He's eating rice and beans?
I gave him meatballs yesterday.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
That's hilarious.
One of my friends posted a little chicken meatball recipe. I said, you know what, this is gonna be us tonight, and I ate chicken meatballs with him. He eats whatever I eat.
What are some of the dishes that you could say, like, what's a great, like, big dish that you can make that might last for leftovers and things like that?
Oh, wait a minute. Do you do leftovers?
Yeah.
Does
Didn't
your
I just tell you I
Wait a
freeze
minute.
food?
Wait a minute. What about Obi? Does Obi do leftovers? Come on.
You either do it or you don't eat. Here's the way I see it. He can either have the leftovers I'm gonna give him, or he can eat frozen food, or a can of tuna.
Oh, okay.
My leftovers are much better than healthy ones or whatever.
Yeah, because I remember like a couple of years ago, like he didn't want to do he didn't want to eat the leftovers. He wanted fresh food every single day. That's why I'm asking you.
He's been trained.
He's been trained? Okay.
My one of my favorite dishes to make, like if I have company, is lasagna.
Oh,
and the
nice.
lasagna is the perfect example of how you can go out to the store and spend $35 to make it, and it lasts 2 days, and it's good and everyone loves it. Or if you plan and you look for the sales, I can make a lasagna for around $10.
Wow,
using
that's amazing.
All the same ingredients than anyone else would make. And I went shopping with someone once, and she went with her little recipe, her little shopping list, and she spent about $45. And the lasagna was amazing.
But it was $45.
So is mine, and it's between $10 to $12. And I won't spend more than that on the lasagna, and I won't. And we eat from it 2 days. We cut it into 12 portions,
great.
and we eat 2 days. And Obi takes his leftovers.
Okay.
Well, now who's Obi? Because I'm out of the loop on this, and our listeners need to know.
Obi is your husband.
Okay, well I don't know. Maybe Obi's one of the children, and the children don't like leftovers. The listeners don't know.
True enough. I'm making assumptions. I shouldn't do that.
All right. Well, so lasagna is a great dish that will last a couple days. It feeds a big family. What else? What other kind of dishes can? And if you're planning ahead, and I think that's what we want to get through to our listeners, because if you're freezing food, if you're buying like tons of an item that might be on sale, it's all about planning ahead. So what are some of the other dishes that you make that would be great for our listeners to maybe give a try or plan to make or to save money on?
Well, we eat rice and beans. I don't make rice and beans every day.
Would you eat these?
Beans come up again.
Would you eat would you eat the bean and rice chips?
I'm not really a chip person, actually.
Okay.
I like pita chips.
Yeah, those are good.
Maybe I'll give them a try.
Yeah, you should give these a try. These are delicious.
They look like Doritos.
They do, and they taste very close to Doritos. I would say better.
You would like the pico de gallo flavor.
And nacho. Nacho is good too.
I haven't tried the nacho, so I wouldn't know.
Fresh beans, yes.
Fresh beans, yes.
Fresh beans, yes. They taste much better.
They do.
The stuff in the can, I have that too. But I rinse them, and I throw out it is convenient. But I'm at home. I can do it.
Right.
With a little bit of planning and preparation.
Exactly.
So rice and beans, I don't cook rice and beans the way we did when I was growing up. My mom would make rice and beans every other day, and that was the leftover, and we ate rice and beans 4 times a week. It was too much.
Wait a minute. Wait, are you serious? And the only reason I say this is because
do I lie?
This is what I'm saying. When I was home before I left, before I left home, she wasn't doing rice and beans every other day. She was a little bit more varied. So what you're telling me is that once I left home, she just fell off a little bit. Is that what you're saying?
Rice and beans.
Are you serious?
4 times a week.
She used to vary it up a little bit. She used to do like pasta,
how she used to vary it up? By giving us a different type of beans.
Kidney beans.
Yesterday you had black beans. Today you're going to have pinto beans or Roman beans. Yeah, no. It was rice and beans.
Wow, Alma.
So maybe you can give, because everyone makes the rice and beans different. I'm not saying give away your secrets, but what's a...
No secret.
Okay, so...
I'm secretive.
Yeah,
That's
Nina doesn't like to give away her secrets. I don't know if that ran in the family.
Yeah.
But, what's a quick recipe for rice and beans to make it tasty and it's quick? And because some people, unfortunately, aren't stay-at-home moms, and everyone's rushing. But I feel like it's definitely like a meal that will feed a lot, and for at least a couple days, and things like that. So,
well, rice I cannot help anyone on because I'm not going to give anyone my rice recipe.
Okay.
The rice, the white rice, my mom taught me how to make when I was about 8 or 9 years old. It's perfect. The rice, it's no fail. It's a 2 to 3 ratio. That's all I'm gonna say. Not 1 to 2 the way they have like on the bags of the. It's a 2 to 3 ratio. The beans, after they're soft from soaking overnight, or I actually used to have a pressure cooker that I used to use for that.
Yes.
Or in the slow cooker, whatever.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, pressure cooker. Pressure cooker if you're trying to save time, because I don't know, everybody's trying to save time these days. I use in a lot of my beans and stews and soups sofrito. Sofrito has to be in my kitchen at all times. It's real simple. There's nothing complicated about it. It's onions, peppers, garlic, cilantro. Sometimes I throw olives in there, red peppers. It's just...
So you make your own sofrito?
Of course she does.
Nice.
I'm sorry. Fresh. Things have to be fresh in my house, because that's the only way to save money. If I go to the frozen and get the Goya sofrito, it costs $5 for I don't know. I guess it's a quart. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
So if I go and I spend that $10 on the fresh veggies, I make it and then I freeze it. You know, smart people put it into the little ice cube things and then they pop it out.
Oh, that's
I don't do that. I don't do that. I freeze it into a block and then I fight with the block. So I take a hammer and a knife and I kind of chisel away the amount I need. Whatever, it works.
I like the ice cube idea, though. That's a great idea.
I actually like that idea, too. I never thought about doing it that way.
So we just gave our listener a great tip on making your fresh sofrito, putting it in an ice cube tray. All right, we're going to have some more great tips and tricks with Nikki when we get back from our break. I want to remind people to give us a call. Maybe you have a question, 646-929-1521, and we'll be right back.
The GoPro Radio Network is proud to present our newest show, Food Rap, hosted by food enthusiasts Nina Marcal and Shauna Glover. Together, they will chew the cud, so to speak, and take you on a mouth-watering journey to whet your appetite. They'll spill the beans on the latest food trends, beef up on food facts, and share their own discoveries. They'll also have special guest experts and feature piping hot segments like Strange But Food and Chop It Up. So tune in on Saturday, June 1st at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the premiere of Food Rap and get your food fix in. Why? Because, well, talk never tasted so good. That's Food Rap only on the GoPro Radio Network at www.goproradio.com.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Food Rap. I'm Shauna Glover with Nina Marcal on the GoPro Radio Network, and we are joined by Nikki Gerena. I'm getting my Spanish R's in there. I'm not all that great, but I'm practicing. Housewife and mother of 4. We've learned that she has an 8-month-old baby. Her husband's name is Obi. All right, and come on, sir, give up some more info. Come on, we need to know. Our listeners need to know how to save money. What else do you have for us?
Somebody needs to call in at 646-929-1521 if they have any questions for Nikki about how to budget.
Because she has some really, I just learned like 3 great things I'm going to be doing on my own, with my own cooking and things like that. So I love the sofrito ice cube thing. I love that.
That's a great idea.
When I'm going to go shopping and I do decide that I need to have a budget for whatever reason, I look at my circular, I look at the meat that's on sale and the produce, because I feel like those are the 2 things that really eat away at the budget.
Okay. Yes.
We're big meat eaters. We're never going to stop being big meat eaters. I'm sorry. It's not in my house. I would be divorced if I stopped buying meat in my house. So I look at what's on sale. With produce, you really have to know what's in season. And if your supermarket sources local produce, it's even better. But, my husband really likes cherries. Cherries are in season in the summer, So if you know really what's in season, that's another way to get the best and the best price. Best tasting and the best price. With meat, I look what's on sale in the meat, and then I plan my meals for the week around that. Like I said before, if I find something that's a great deal, I will purchase a lot of it. Sometimes I'll go and I'll find the those like $2 off coupons because the meat is done. The date is that day or the day after. Especially if it's the extra lean, like the 93.7. I'll buy everything that I see. I will buy it all. I will go home and I will throw an egg in it and I will make meatloaf and I will weigh it on my scale, put it into a bag, put it in the freezer. And
so
then
you pre-make your meatloaf.
Of course.
That's great.
She pre-makes everything. Well, a lot of things. She pre-makes a lot of things.
I can't imagine to be this prepared. I don't know. I love to hear. I wish I could be like that. That's great. I mean, your tips are magical.
But it's easier. It's easier than, getting home tired from whatever it is you're doing. Or me, I'm home already. But sometimes the day gets away from me chasing toddlers.
4 kids is a job.
Crocheting.
That is a job. Okay, don't let anybody fool you. Being home with the kids. It was funny. I was just listening to this story. It was a husband in an office setting, and he was saying how once a week he had to stay home with the kids, and he would be looking out his window for his wife to come home because at 5:30 he had had enough. I'm not even joking. It's a lot of work.
It's work, but I think it's actually fun, and I think it's fulfilling to a certain extent. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying that it's not fun, and I'm not saying that but I think people feel like stay-at-home moms have it easy, and I'm just saying that they don't. That's what I'm talking about. It is work. It's a full-time job.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
It is work.
And fun is, I don't know. I'm not sure if I agree with you on that one.
There's a lot of fun aspects to it. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. I think there's a lot of fun aspects to it.
Okay.
I think it's worth it, if you're doing a great job and you're enjoying what you're doing. I mean,
I'm making jokes right now.
I don't always enjoy it though. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, obviously you don't always enjoy it.
I'm like, oh my God, I want to tear out my hair, So in those days when I want to pull out my hair, it's nice to open up, you know what, dinner has to be ready in an hour and a half. Let me pull out that meatloaf and see if I can pop it into the oven.
Yes, it makes your life a little bit easier.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, so Nina, do you have I know I'm gonna share with the audience my quick my quick big meal with everybody, but do you have one that you would?
Well, we're talking about beans yet again. Chili. Chili is really economical. It's quick. You know what I mean? If you soak the beans overnight, and it yields for probably a couple of days for a family of about maybe 4 or 5. So I really love chili. I love rice and beans cooked with some kind of a protein on the side. And also pasta.
Yes.
Pasta, which we had yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we had some great dishes yesterday.
Yes. So, I mean, pasta I think is a great quick go-to dish, rice and beans and chili. What about you?
I have a go-to dish, and it's called spaghetti pot, which is never made with spaghetti. Yeah, pasta, exactly. And it's almost like a, spaghetti or pasta with meat sauce, and I can make a lot of it, and it always lasts. It goes a long way, and it tastes even better on the second day. And I think that's the same thing with like lasagna. Or a lot of that those juices, all that stuff kind of marinates, and it just tastes that much better the next day. So that's kind of like my go-to dish where I need to make a quick meal. It takes me like maybe 40 minutes to make, and then everybody's happy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I want to remind everybody about our social networking. I want to also talk real quickly about our sponsors, and we got to give some insight on how the event went yesterday, just a little bit, who the performers were and that kind of thing. If people want to talk to Nikki, give us a call, 646-929-1521. Again, that's 646-929-1521. And you want to give the social networking?
Well, I actually wanted to ask Nikki a couple of more questions.
I don't want to end it. I'm not ending. I was just going in. Okay, go ahead.
We can do that at the end, but I wanted to ask her another question. I want to know, as far as your budgeting and how you do things with, your family, like, how much of... do we have a phone call?
We have a caller, yes. Call it, 201. You're on the air. Do you have a question?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Hi, we can hear you.
Yes. I just have just a general question about the big box stores or regular grocery stores in terms of shopping for a large family. I've heard somewhere where the big box stores aren't really that much of a savings. Is that generally the case, or do you recommend going to the big box stores where you can get a large box of Rice Krispies or whatever for 3/4 the price of of a smaller box in let's say a regular grocery store? Is it really worthwhile going to those big box stores?
That's a great question.
When you say big box, do you mean like the warehouse type where you have to buy a membership?
Yeah.
I don't go to them. I find that in order for you to actually save, the unit price, if you find things on sale at your local supermarkets, is usually a lot better. If you go to if I go to my supermarket, which is ShopRite. I love ShopRite. A box of cereal, about a 12-ounce, goes on sale of every few weeks for $1.88 or $1.99, and that's a lot cheaper than having to pay a membership, drive all the way to Costco. And I mean, honestly, who goes to Costco and spends less than $200? Not me. So I don't go. I used to go before. I've actually had membership at Sam's, Costco, and BJ's, and there are a few things that I would buy in there that I found were worth the price, but not worth the membership price. So I generally.
One last question. It's really going to be quick.
Yes, please be quick.
Is there like a rhythm, a time that things typically go on sale at supermarkets? Like the first of the month, or towards the middle of the month is the best time to go, especially if you budget monthly. What's the best time to go shopping? And then I'll leave and I'll listen offline. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Carl.
Thank you
Thank you for your questions.
I find that generally the items that you want to find on sale will go on sale every few months, every 2 to 3 months. So if I don't know, General Mills will be on sale every 3 months if you're into that. My mozzarella cheese goes on sale like every 3 months, along with the sauce, the ricotta, the mozzarella, everything. So that's when I stock up. So the sales, there is a rotation of sales. You just have to watch out.
So unfortunately, we are out of time.
That's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. Do you want to plug your crocheting business really quickly before I take us out?
Wow, it's currently on vacation.
Is it really?
Yeah, because I'm enjoying the summer with my children.
Okay, makes sense.
But it picks up now for the holidays. So it's Hooks to Looks, number 2, Hooks to Looks, and I'm on Facebook and I have an Etsy store.
Awesome, and she's
I've
pretty
seen
talented.
It's gorgeous.
She's pretty talented. So I did want to thank you for coming on and
thank you for having me.
Time away from your family to be on the show to help our listeners budget.
They're somewhere out there.
They're somewhere out there.
Fending for themselves.
I did want to thank our wonderful producer, Tyler Xavier Washington, our wonderful engineer, Ayana Jones, our wonderful online engineer, Mohammed El Safti, our production assistants, Tatiana Washington and Tiana Washington, and what do we have coming up next, Sean?
Coming up next is the Glenn Z Show at 4 o'clock, NRG at 6 p.m., and the Sexy Party Show at 7 p.m. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Hold on. What's going on next week?
Oh, I'm sorry. What is going on next week?
We have the Universal Hip Hop Parade in Brooklyn.
That's right, and we're going to be broadcasting live, so you guys make sure you tune in. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for...
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there, so I just want to let you guys know that because we're going to our brother's wedding in Connecticut.
Congratulations. And we actually have a special guest host, Champagne Owens, joining us in Nina's place. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. You're tuning to Food Rap on the GoPro Radio Network. Have a great Saturday.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace out.